Couch Casual, where today we are going to be talking about the most recent performance and season of rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels. But before we get into this video, as always, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and in the comment section, what I want you in the comment section to do is please let me know how you want me to break down the games of the week, analyze them, whatever, moving forward for the rest of this season. But without further ado, let's get into talking about this very impressive performance from Jayden Daniels. So the first thing that stands out to me is the record he set. Obviously, a record's going to stand out. And the record he set is the record for the highest completion percentage by a rookie quarterback in a single game, and he went 21 for 23 yesterday, which was about a 91% completion percentage, which, as I mentioned, is the most by a rookie quarterback. He threw for 254 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a quarterback rating of 93 and a passer rating of 141. He also had that rushing touchdown as well. And overall, he just played amazing. And there's 3 plays that I think stand out the most. The first play, the Bengals start off their first drive of the game, with the deep ball to Jamar Chase for a touchdown. So you're already instantly down 7-0 on the road against a good Bengals team. At least that's what we think. And they get, I believe, in a 4th down. I don't remember the exact. I can find it here, actually. Let me see real quick. It was a 4th and 2 on Cincy's 32, and then they go for it because they know they need a lot of points, and they did this game to beat the Bengals, and he converts now he didn't throw the ball very far on that play. Luke McCaffrey did most of the work, but they get a 30-yard completion on 4th down, and then they get a couple more plays, and they get in the end zone, and they tie the game up. That's the first thing. Then it was the deep ball he threw to Terry McLaurin for 55 yards, because I'm pretty sure they missed on a deep ball earlier, and there might have been another play where he just didn't throw the ball to Terry McLaurin, who was wide open deep. But before that, the play that I do know of, we went after McLaurin, and it was a little bit out of his reach, I'm pretty sure. And then then later in the game, he threw that 55-yard pass to Terry McLaurin, sets them up on the 4-yard line, and then he gets his rushing touchdown, and that gave them a 21-10 lead. They were only up 4 going into that drive, and then they gave them that 21-10 lead. And then the last thing is the obvious one. It was the touchdown to Terry McLaurin. 3rd and 7. Or no, it was 4th and 7, I thought. No, it was 3rd down. The play clock was running out. They might have only had 10 players on the field. He drops back. He gets absolutely rocked by the defender, but throws a absolutely beautiful ball to, once again, Terry McLaurin for that touchdown. That was the obvious play that stuck out to me, and probably to most people. But I think those 3 plays kind of sums up the game he had. And then, of course, the completion percentage. To have that high of a completion percentage in Cincinnati as a rookie, when you haven't thrown a touchdown yet, his first touchdown being to a lineman was kind of funny as well, to Trent Scott. And he didn't necessarily outplay Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow played pretty good. He had 324 yards, 3 touchdowns. We'll talk a little bit about the Bengals in a little bit. But Joe Burrow had a good game. The Bengals put up 33 points. And another impressive thing is the Commanders, neither the Bengals, punted at all this game. But not only did the Commanders not have to punt at all, they didn't have to punt at all last week. They have gone 2 games now without a single punt, beating the Bengals this most recent game. And then they got that win against the Giants, where they also did not have to punt. That's 2 straight weeks without having to punt for a rookie quarterback is also insane. He, I believe, is the betting favorite to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, it makes sense. He, on the season, has he has an 80% completion percentage for 664 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, a QBR of 67.9, a passer rating of near 112. He also has 38 yards on the ground. I believe they mentioned he has the most first downs by any quarterback. He has 3 rushing touchdowns, so he's accounted for 5 touchdowns, 0 picks, and 2 fumbles. Because I know Caleb Williams had a pretty good game last week despite throwing the ball 50 times. And I know Malik Neighbors has had his insane performances. And Marvin Harrison had that crazy week too. But I think right now Jayden Daniels is the favorite to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, when they next-gen stats like show their passing charts for quarterbacks, you see the first week he only completed 17 passes, and it looks like only one of them was even close to 15 yards down the field. In week 2, you saw 2 passes go 20 yards down the field, a couple more around that 15-yard range, and then in week 3 he throws that deep pass to Terry McLaurin. He threw that touchdown to Terry McLaurin. A bunch of passes at the 15-yard line is about 15 yards down the field as well. He's throwing the ball more. That was a thing that they said coming into the draft, was that he might not have the ability to throw the ball super far downfield. And another issue was his like slender frame and like durability, which he's only played 3 games, so we can't really make any comments on that. Because even Richardson, who got hurt early in his rookie season, played 5 games. So obviously we hope Daniels doesn't get hurt. But he slid in this game too. He slid. Normally he just like falls down and rolls. That's what he says he likes to do, but he slid in this game at one point. It seemed like he was diagnosing the defense. Sometimes there was plenty of plays where he would escape the pocket, but his eyes were downfield. He wasn't just instantly looking to run the ball. He was reading the defense even on the move. He was getting the ball downfield. And it was overall just a great game. And again, touching on the Bengals, Joe Burrow played pretty good despite the loss. Jamar Chase played great, 6 catches. Now, his 2 touchdowns, and a lot of his yards were on deep touchdowns, but he still had 6 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. Their run game was pretty good. Chase Brown with 62 yards on 7 carries. Zach Moss, 58 on 12 carries and a touchdown. Andre Yoshivas, I think that's how you say his name. I really liked what I saw from him as well. Quickly touching on the other Monday night game, there was not really a need to touch on it because it was over. It was honestly over like in the first quarter. I mean, Josh Allen just played. He's probably the MVP frontrunner right now. 263 yards, 4 touchdowns. He himself had a great completion percentage as well. James Cook had a touchdown. Ray Davis had a touchdown. Josh Allen also had 44 yards on the ground. Shakir continues to be Josh Allen's number 1 guy. Keon Coleman got a touchdown. I'm not actually sure if that's his first touchdown or not. It was his first touchdown, so he got his first. I mean, everyone was getting the ball. Curtis Samuel had 3 catches for 22 yards. Kincaid had 3 for 41 and a touchdown. And the Jags just couldn't do anything. Their second half was definitely a little bit better, but not by much. Trevor Lawrence just seemed scared a little bit. Like he's trying to play too perfect, I feel. He's trying not to make any mistakes, even though he still continues to make mistakes. He was 21 for 38, 178 yards, one touchdown, one pick. Throws it to Damar Hamlin, his first interception of his career, which is cool. And they continue to use Christian Kirk and Brian Thomas as their two guys. It's not even Gabe Davis. And obviously Evan Ingram, I think, is injured, I would assume. But it continues to be Kirk and Brian Thomas for the Jags. But the Bills ran away with this game from like the first quarter. Halfway through the second quarter, it was over. So there's not much to talk about there. Really wanted to use this video to talk about Jayden Daniels' insane performance. He did not look like a rookie whatsoever. He stood in the pocket so much. When they didn't blitz, he was near perfect. Like, I know he was near perfect in the whole game, but when they did not blitz, he literally did anything. He could do anything he wanted. And to see him play like this when Caleb Williams, I know his O-line hasn't played great, but he's had his struggles. CJ Stroud struggled against a good Vikings defense. Bryce Young has struggled. It seems like outside of Stroud and Jayden Daniels, none of the rookie quarterbacks of the last 3 years have really impressed over a decent length of the season. Now, Caleb Williams has played a good game week 3, and he's only played 3 games, so I'm not talking too much about him, but I guess Bo Nix did get a win, so the rookie quarterbacks are starting to perform a little. Jayden Daniels with this game, Caleb Williams had good numbers, and Bo Nix got that huge win on the road. But right now, my pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year would either be Jayden Daniels or Malik Nabers. But let me know what you guys think about Jayden Daniels' performance versus the Bengals, his start to the season, because overall his season's been great as well. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.